EA just released a huge Madden 24 patch, and now a lot of people's A-gap blitz defenses are not working as good. But in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys one of my favorite A-gap blitzes to use post-patch that still gets great pressure, still screams at the quarterback, starting now. Looking for MUT 24 coins? EasyMUT.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use code SG for 10% off your order. YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from SportsGamers.com, and A-gaps are the topic of the day. EA just dropped a patch. A lot of people are saying that their A-gaps are kind of not working as well anymore. Well, let me tell you, I got several A-gaps that are still screaming, and I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite ones in this video, kind of show you guys what was kind of patched, and now what you need to do to get around the patch. So first off, playbook. Everybody always asks me the playbook. I think that the two best playbooks right now in defense are probably going to be Kansas City and multiple. Kansas City is better if you want the 4-3 even. Multiple is better if you don't care about that. Now, before the patch, we know that the $3-2, was very popular for the A-gap, right? I would say that most of the pros is running this cover 2 press blitz all the time was probably the reason for this patch to begin with. Now, this blitz, the cover 2 press, is definitely still there. It's just there's actually better setups now to run than before the patch. So the coaching adjustments you're really going to want to look at with this are probably going to be best utilized with base alignment. The zone drops are kind of up to you. You can see here I have 30 on flats, 5 on curl flats, and 15 on hooks. I've kind of went over this before, but basically, that allows me to take away every area of the field with these different zone drops, depending upon what the offense does, right? But the most important thing is, with all these A-gaps, is you need auto flip off. Because still the main thing is these blitzes are most effective coming up the left A-gap. You never want them coming up the right A-gap. It just does not work. Now, specifically, guys, this cover 2 press defense, I want to say, the main setup that people were using before the patch, which was essentially, just pinch their D-line and then hover over this guy. I'm not going to say it never works anymore. It still does work sometimes, but it's not as consistent as it was. I do see the O-line reacts a little bit better to it now on a play-to-play basis. However, there are definitely ways you can still run dollar and this blitz in general that scream. This is just not the best way to run it anymore. And honestly, guys, what you're going to see in a second here is I really, really am loving some different dime blitzes right now. Dime has some of the best post-patch A-gap, which I will show you guys. And if you enjoy this type of high-level Madden 24 content, I do daily Madden 24 tip videos and gameplays. Subscribe to the channel, drop me a like, comment on the video. So basically, your job as a user is just to take a step forward and distract the guard. But what you're going to see is, a lot of times after this patch, the A-gap just doesn't come through anymore on a consistent basis without really even having to do anything. Now, I'm not going to say it's never going to come through, because I've played around with this blitz, and it still definitely comes sometimes. But if you just run this basic setup, it's super inconsistent now. It's almost like a flip of the coin if it's going to come through or not. Obviously, you still got some pretty good sheds here, but just as far as the A-gap, it's not going to work as well. So here's how to set up A-gap after the patch. This is one of my favorite A-gaps. We're going to look at the dime flip. So the dime flip can be found in a multiple playbook. It's in Kansas City too. And what we're going to do is I'm going to run the play linebacker, blitz 1, flipped, right? Pretty simple. Linebacker, blitz 1, flipped. Now, there's going to be a few different adjustments I'm going to make to this defense that are going to allow it to get really good pressure. So first step is I'm going to go ahead and pinch my defense. To do that, I hit R1 or RB, and then I hit down on the left stick. Essentially, it's just going to bring my DBs up, pinch my D-line, and my linebacker. Now, the problem here is I don't want my linebacker lined up so tight over this D-tackle, because if this ends up happening, I'm just not going to be able to get the type of pressure I want only sending my linebacker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually then spread my linebacker out. To do this, I hit right on the D-pad and then up on the left stick, and you guys see it just backs him up. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just blitz my linebacker down. I don't want him on that default angle. I want him kind of coming up the left A-gap. So maybe you might need to move him a hair to the left. All right. After this, I'm going to crash my defensive line, slant them outside. You hit left on the D-pad, up on the right stick. Once you do that, you'll see that you'll kind of get your D-tackle to have 2 blitz angles. That's really what you want, right? That's when you know you've set it up right. Then you hit R1, R1, or RB, RB to QB contain. Now, this is the basic setup to allow you to get A-gap, but there's a few different variations of how I run it, and I'm going to break down those in a second here. First variation is simply just to user your safety that's in the deep zone. Now when you do this, you could back up your corners if you don't want to get beat deep. You could turn the man into a zone. That's completely up to you, but I'm just going to user the safety on the right of the screen. Now what you'll notice is that this linebacker, he's just going to run up that gap for the sack. Do you want to become a better Madden player and win more games? If so, check out my premium Madden strategy website, sportsgamers.com. I have built sportsgamers.com to provide you with the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks and schemes, all from the pros at the lowest price possible. I have helped thousands upon thousands of Madden players improve their games, and I can help you as well. Our VIP Madden membership is our best offer yet. This membership will include all of our Madden ebooks all year long and hundreds of weekly Madden Vault tip updates to keep you ahead of the game. Click the link in the description and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. The other thing about this blitz that I really like is because you have two ends on contains. If they try to roll out or just slide in the pocket away from the A-gap, because like you can see, this guy's just running through the A-gap, running a lot. See, he's just running through the gap. Now, if they try to slide in the pocket or roll out, those two contains are going to disengage and they're going to get you for a sack. So again, just to show you guys, it's setup pretty simple. Pinch your defense, spread your linebacker out. Spread your linebacker out as soon as you do that. Blitz your linebacker, crash your defense line outside, QB contain. The only thing you have to do is just make sure when you do all this that this linebacker's angle is in the left A-gap and not the right one. If it's in the right one, just move him a click to the left so he's right about here. And again, you're going to see that this blitz is just going to come up the A-gap, and you know, if they stay in the pocket, the A-gap will get them. If they try to roll out or scramble or slide in the pocket, the contains will get them. So that's the first way to set it up. The second way is actually what I prefer to do because it is a little bit better, man. It lets you get the same pressure with better coverage as well. So what I'm going to do here is same first few steps. Still, I pinch my defense, then I slant my line outside, and you can do these steps in different orders if you want. Typically, I pinch the defense always first, slant the line outside, blitz the linebacker, and then just spread them out and make sure it's going in the gap, right? This is how it's supposed to look. QB contain is your last step. Now, what I prefer to do to make this blitz better is on my right of screen defensive end, I sub in a lurk artist linebacker. I have Josh Allen, he gets 0 AP lurk artist. And what I can do is I can user him. So what this allows me to do is basically get an extra guy in coverage. I can keep the safety over the top, so that way if I want to press and not worry about getting beat off the line, I can still, do that. Now, as you guys are going to see here, even though I'm basically using an extra guy in coverage by usering this guy, the blitz is still going to work exactly the same. I just take a step forward and then I drop back and cover whatever I need to cover, and the guy still comes up the A-gap each and every time. Now, just so you guys know, there are ways you can counter this blitz, right? However, there are also counters to the counter. So if you show me that you know how to block my A-gap, best believe I'm going to start using my counter to get extra pressure. All this is available on sportsgamers.com, my full defensive scheme for my VIP members. This is fire. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.